Morning arrives, the world still quiet, until your alarm cuts through the calm. In that short pause, before thoughts rush in, before the day starts pulling at you, you hold a moment full of endless chances. Right now, you can either let the day control you, or you can take control of it and make it your own. Marcus Aurelius knew this challenge very well. He was a Roman ruler, a fighter, and a thinker. He faced mornings just like you do. In his private notes, he reminded himself, when it's hard to get out of bed, remember your purpose. You are meant to act as a person, not to hide in comfort, not to be a prisoner of laziness, but to rise with courage, choosing strength instead of weakness, and focus instead of drifting away. Think about it. Your mind can be your greatest tool or your biggest cage. And that choice is made in the first half hour after you wake up. Most people give away their strength before they even eat breakfast. They reach for their phones, they scroll, they fill their heads with worries, jealousy, and noise. By the time they notice, the day already controls them. But not you. Not this time. Not anymore. Stoic wisdom clears the confusion with one simple truth. You can't command what happens in the world, but you can command how you react to it. And that control begins the moment your eyes open. It begins when you choose not to waste this morning, this one special morning, by moving through it like a robot. Seneca once said we often suffer more in our minds than in real life. So stop hurting yourself with made-up fears. Stop picturing failure before it even happens. Begin leading your morning with intention. Every sunrise is a brand new start, a chance to begin again, a blank page the universe gives you freely. You don't have to be flawless. You don't have to know everything about your future. You only need to conquer the next 60 minutes, because if you start your morning strong, you build a wave of energy, and that wave can carry you through the whole day. That's the secret difference between people who just talk about changing their lives and people who actually do it. Right now, we're going to explore 10 Stoic habits that can completely reshape how you begin your mornings. These aren't fancy ideas or empty words meant to sound smart. They're real actions you can use every single day to train your thoughts, protect your energy, and move through life like someone in charge. These aren't quick, feel-good tricks. They're time-tested lessons that helped ancient leaders, fighters, and thinkers stay calm in chaos and live with purpose. And before we go further, I need your attention. Hit that like button, yes, right now. Leave a comment saying you're ready to change your mornings. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe, because we're creating a group of people who refuse to live life half asleep. And don't skip any part of this video. Say it in the comments. I wake up with purpose. Number 1. Focus gives you power. Most people think they need energy to focus, but it's the other way around. Focus creates energy. When your mind jumps between too many things, when you try to do everything at once, you end up tired and confused. But when you give your full attention to one single task, something changes. You come alive, you feel strong and in control. The Stoics called this clear purpose. They said a scattered mind is a suffering mind. Marcus Aurelius advised, concentrate every minute on what's right in front of you. Do it with honesty and care. Not what happened yesterday, not what might come tomorrow. What's right here, right now? This task, this breath, this moment. When you're truly present, you stop wasting energy on worries. You stop losing focus to small distractions. You send all your strength toward what matters, and that's where real power begins. Every morning, distractions are waiting to steal your attention. Your phone, messages, the news, other people's problems. And every time you let them in, you lose a bit of your energy. The Stoics knew that attention is limited. You only have so much to give, and where you give it shapes what you build and who you become. So protect it. Guard it like something precious. Don't let the world take it before your day even begins. Seneca warned, to be everywhere is to be nowhere. When you try to do too much at once, you don't do anything well. You spread yourself thin. But when you focus, really focus, on one thing, you do it better, faster, and with more joy. Focus isn't only about getting things done. It's about being present. It's about giving full respect to this moment. It's saying, this matters. I'm here. I'm all in. Every morning, choose your focus. What's the one thing that, if you did it today, would make everything else easier or unnecessary. Do that first. Give it everything. No phone, no noise, no split mind. Just you and the work in front of you. The Stoics taught that being a good person is its own reward. But focus, that's your hidden strength. It's what sets apart those who wander through life from those who take charge of it. And it all begins the moment you wake up, when you choose to say, "Today, I will be fully here. Today, I will pay attention. Today, I will focus." Make that promise to yourself and mean it. Say it out loud if you have to. I focus with purpose. Number 2. Start strong, finish stronger. There's an idea in physics called momentum. It means that something in motion keeps moving, and the same rule applies to your life. The way you begin your morning creates the rhythm that pushes you through your day. If you start slow, distracted, and unfocused, that lazy energy follows you. But if you begin with strength, with clear goals, with steady action, you create a power that's hard to stop. The Stoics knew this well. They didn't wait around hoping to feel motivated. They didn't sit around waiting for inspiration to appear. They took action first, and the energy came after. Seneca said it clearly: start living right now and treat every single day like its own life. That means you don't tiptoe into your morning. You don't need to ease into it. You charge into it, not with panic or anger, but with clear purpose. You decide what's important and you do that first, not later, not when you feel ready. First, because when you own your morning, you own your day. And when you own your day, you shape your whole life. It's really that simple. Starting strong doesn't mean doing something big or impressive. It means doing something that has meaning. Maybe it's 10 minutes of reading. Maybe it's a short workout. Maybe it's writing down your thoughts. Or maybe it's finishing your toughest task while your mind is still sharp. Whatever it is, choose something that makes you feel like you've already won, before most people have even begun. The Stoics called this living with virtue, doing what's right even when it's difficult, especially when it's difficult. But remember, starting strong is only half the story. You also have to finish stronger. Many people begin with energy but lose it halfway through the day. They start big but don't follow through. The Stoics disliked that. They believed in persistence, in staying steady, and in finishing what you start. Marcus Aurelius said, "Just do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter." It's not about showing off. It's about being loyal to your word. Doing what you promised, even when no one's watching, even when it feels dull, even when it's tough. Each morning, ask yourself 2 simple questions. How will I begin today? And how will I end today? Because a strong start without a strong finish is wasted strength. But when you start strong and end even stronger, that's how you create a life worth living. That's how you build discipline. That's how you become unstoppable. Start strong, stay strong, finish stronger. Say it out loud or write it down. I finish what I start. Number 3, control your mind first. There's a reason Stoic teachers talked so much about the mind, because everything begins there. Your feelings, your choices, your success, your whole life come from what happens inside your mind. Epictetus said it clearly: you have control over your mind, not over what happens around you. Understand this truth, and you'll discover real strength. Most people begin their mornings reacting to everything. They open their eyes, grab their phone, and hand their focus away before the day even starts. One message, one alert, one piece of news, and just like that, they lose control. Their mind gets pulled in every direction before they've even left the bed. Taking charge of your mind doesn't mean forcing yourself to think happy thoughts. It means choosing carefully where your attention goes. It means not letting random ideas decide how you feel. The Stoics practiced something called the discipline of assent. They learned to choose which thoughts to believe and which to ignore. Not every idea that pops into your head deserves your time. Some are just noise. Some are old habits trying to sneak back in, and you have the power to say, no, not today. When you first wake up, your mind is soft and unguarded. It's still waking from dreams, still foggy. That's when fear and worry try to slip in quietly. They whisper things like, "You're not ready," or "This will be too hard," or "Why even bother?" And if you're not paying attention, you might start believing them. But here's the truth. Those thoughts aren't you. They're just mental static, little echoes of doubt. and you don't have to listen. The Stoics believed in morning routines, not out of superstition, but because they knew that the mind needs direction. So before you dive into your day, pause, sit still, breathe slowly. Ground yourself in the present moment. Remind yourself what really matters. Remind yourself who you want to be. This isn't about being peaceful for the sake of peace. It's training. It's you grabbing the reins before the day tries to pull you off track. Marcus Aurelius used to start his mornings by reminding himself, "Today I'll meet people who are selfish, rude, and ungrateful." He wasn't being negative, he was preparing, so nothing could surprise or shake him. When you master your mind first, everything else becomes smoother. You don't overreact, you don't fall apart, you don't let one bad second ruin your whole morning. You move through the day calm, focused, and strong. And that doesn't just happen, it's a choice. It happens because the moment you woke up, you decided your mind is yours and nothing and no one gets to steal it. Write it below. I control my mind. Number 4. Your thoughts shape your world. Marcus Aurelius once said that the joy of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Not your situation, not your money, not the weather, traffic, or what someone else says. Just your thoughts. And every morning, before your feet even touch the floor, the fight for your day begins inside your mind. If you wake up thinking, "I don't want to face this," then you won't. If you wake up thinking, "I can't handle it," you probably won't. But if you wake up thinking, "I choose how I react to this day," everything shifts. Your mind is your strongest weapon, but most people never learn to use it. They let their thoughts run wild, like wild horses, dragging them wherever they want. The Stoics knew that control starts with awareness. You must spot your thoughts before they take control of you. When you catch a negative thought, like "this is too hard," or "I'm not enough," or "why even try," don't let it make itself at home. Challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me or hurting me? Is it true or just fear pretending to be truth? Seneca warned that we often suffer more in our minds than in real life. Think of how many times you've worried about something that never happened, how many moments you've wasted replaying old words in your head, how many mornings you've started trapped in thoughts you built yourself. The Stoics practiced something called premeditation of evil, thinking about what could go wrong, not to scare themselves, but to prepare their hearts. They didn't stay stuck in fear. They used it to grow stronger and see clearly. Every morning, you choose the lens you'll look through. You can focus on problems or on possibilities. You can replay yesterday's mistakes, or you can learn from them and move on. This isn't fake positivity, it's mindful thinking. It's refusing to let your own mind bully you into a bad day before it even begins. When you wake up, take just 1 minute, 60 seconds, to aim your mind in the right direction. Tell yourself, "I won't be ruled by fear today. I won't just react. I'll stay calm. I'll stay steady." The quality of your thoughts shapes the quality of your actions, and your actions shape the quality of your life. It's that clear. If you think small, you'll act small. If you think like a loser, you'll live like one. But if you think with strength, courage, and focus, your life will follow the same path. But if you think with clear purpose, with bravery, and with self-control, you'll act that way too. Your thoughts aren't just random things that pop into your head. They're like seeds. And every morning you're planting your garden with them. So plant carefully. Grow something good. Show me your promise. Write in the comments, "I choose my thoughts." Number 5. Let go of yesterday. One of the greatest teachings from Stoicism is this: you can't change what has already happened. Not a single second of it. Not one word you said. Not one choice you made. But still, so many of us carry the weight of the past on our backs, like a heavy bag we never put down. We wake up replaying old moments, what we should have said, what we should have done, who we should have been. And while we're lost in those thoughts, the new day quietly slips away. Marcus Aurelius said, "Stay in the present." Not because the past isn't important, but because holding on to it steals your power to live now. Every sunrise is like pressing a reset button. It gives you the chance to start again, to drop what didn't work, and to move forward lighter and freer. That doesn't mean pretending your mistakes don't exist. The Stoics believed in looking back to learn, not to punish yourself. They practiced reflection, asking, what can I do better next time? But there's a big difference between learning and getting stuck. Learning says, I see my mistake and I'll grow from it. Dwelling says, I'll never get it right, I'm terrible. One pushes you ahead, the other traps you in place. Epictetus taught that it's not events that hurt us, it's the way we think about them. The past isn't what's harming you, it's the story you keep telling yourself about it. Maybe you failed at something. Maybe you hurt someone. Maybe you missed your chance. All right, it happened. But who decided that has to define you forever? You can wake up today and be new. The Stoics trusted the power of the present moment. They believed every minute is an opportunity to live wisely, to show goodness and to begin again. Letting go of the past doesn't mean erasing it. It means refusing to let it boss you around. It means seeing that you are not your lowest moment, not your biggest mistake. You're someone who can learn, grow, and rise stronger than before. And that begins with one choice: to leave what's behind you behind you. Tomorrow morning, ask yourself, am I still holding something I don't need? If the answer is yes, let it go. Forgive yourself, forgive others, not because they earned it, but because you deserve peace. You deserve to walk through your day without dragging the past behind you. Yesterday is done, today is fresh, and you get to decide what you carry into it. If you're ready to move forward, write it now. I release what I cannot change. Number 6. Act now, don't delay. Putting things off is a quiet destroyer. It doesn't shout, it doesn't make noise. It just whispers, you can do it later. And then, before you notice, later turns into never. The Stoics had no patience for procrastination. They knew that time is the one thing you never get back. Marcus Aurelius warned, think of yourself as already dead. You've lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. That's not meant to scare you, it's meant to wake you up. Every second you waste waiting is a second you'll never see again. Most people wait for perfect timing. They wait to feel ready. They wait for more confidence, more money, more energy. But here's the truth: perfect doesn't exist. And while you're waiting for it, life keeps moving without you. Seneca said, while we wait for life, life passes by. You don't need to be perfectly prepared. You don't need every detail planned. You just need to start right now this morning with what you have. The Stoics didn't believe in huge, dramatic moves. They believed in small, steady steps. They believed in doing what you can with what you have where you are. Because progress doesn't come from waiting. It comes from action. Action is the medicine for worry. When your mind is full of thoughts, fears, and what-ifs, taking action clears the fog. It doesn't matter if what you do is perfect. What matters is that you move. Because movement brings understanding. Movement builds speed, and speed brings results. The longer you sit and wait, the heavier everything feels. The more you think about starting, the more excuses you'll find not to. But when you take action right away, fear doesn't have time to convince you to stop. Epictetus said that nothing great is made all at once, but great things are made through steady, immediate effort. Not tomorrow, not later. Now. Every morning is your chance to practice being quick to act. Stop arguing with yourself. Stop coming up with reasons to wait. Stop saying, I'll get to it soon. Just do it now. Take that cold shower, write one line, do 10 push-ups. Just move. Because action builds trust in yourself. And when you can trust yourself to follow through, nothing can hold you back. Waiting feels safe, but it's a trick. It makes you think you're being careful or smart, but really you're just scared. And that's okay, everyone feels fear. But you don't have to let fear be the boss. The Stoics taught that courage doesn't mean being fearless. It means doing what's right while you're afraid. So feel the fear. See it for what it is, then act anyway. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for someone's permission. Act because you're a person who does. Prove you're done waiting. Say it to yourself, I act without delay. Number 7, discipline brings freedom. Most people think discipline is like being trapped. They see it as limits, strict rules, or saying no to all the fun things. But the Stoics understood something deeper. Discipline isn't a cage. It's the key that unlocks freedom. When you don't have discipline, you become a servant to your urges. You obey your emotions. You follow distractions wherever they lead. You wake up, grab your phone, and suddenly you're being pulled in every direction by things you didn't choose. That's not freedom. That's chaos. But when you practice discipline, you take back control. You steer your own ship. You decide what happens next. Epictetus, who actually lived part of his life as a slave, once said, "No person is free unless they rule themselves." He knew real freedom isn't doing whatever you want whenever you feel like it. That's not strength, that's confusion. True freedom is having the power to do what's right, even when you don't feel like it. It's being able to say no to what's easy, because you're focused on what truly matters. It's getting up each morning and choosing action based on your values, not your moods. Discipline early in the day gives you space later. When you start with focus, when you tackle the tough stuff first, you don't end up rushing or stressed. You move through your day with calm and confidence. That's freedom, the freedom to do what's important without being ruled by fear, distraction, or doubt. Seneca once said, "The strongest person is the one who has control over themselves." That kind of strength doesn't come from motivation. Motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like the weather. Discipline, on the other hand, stays. It's steady. It shows up even when you don't feel like it. It's the bridge between dreams and results. It's what separates the people who just talk from the ones who actually do. Every morning gives you another chance to build it, to train it, to prove that you make choices, not excuses. And here's the twist. The more disciplined you become, the freer you feel. Because discipline clears your mind. It removes the guilt, the regret, and the endless, "I should have done that." You know you did your best, and that gives you peace. That's true freedom. So don't fight discipline, welcome it, practice it. Let it shape your mornings. Discipline isn't against freedom, it is the road to it. Say it with purpose. Discipline sets me free. Number 8. Small wins grow into something big. There's a story we often tell ourselves, that success must be huge to count, that if we're not making giant steps, we're stuck. But the Stoics knew that wasn't true. They understood that greatness doesn't arrive all at once. It's built slowly, through hundreds of small, steady actions that almost no one notices. Epictetus said, "Happiness comes from small steps, but it's no small thing. Every morning you wake up and do one small thing right, you're building something stronger inside you. You're gaining speed. You're becoming someone new." Think about it. You don't grow discipline from one big promise. You grow it by choosing again and again to do what's right. You don't get strong by lifting something heavy once. You grow strong one rep at a time, one day at a time. The same happens in your mind. Every morning you choose to rise instead of hitting snooze, that's a victory. Every time you start your morning with focus instead of scrolling through your phone, that's another win. These little wins pile up, they grow, they become something powerful. Marcus Aurelius once wrote in his private notes, "You have control over your thoughts, not over outside events. Accept this, and you'll find strength." He wasn't writing to impress others, he was reminding himself. Every single day, even as the most powerful man in Rome, he had to practice the basics. He had to stay calm, stay humble, and stay steady. He knew that daily habits keep you balanced, clear, and strong. Small victories are proof that you can be trusted, proof that you keep your word, proof that you don't just talk about changing, you do it. And that proof creates real confidence. Not loud, bragging confidence, but the quiet kind that doesn't need to show off, the kind that simply knows. Every morning is another chance to earn a small win, to show yourself that you're someone who shows up, who keeps going, who doesn't stop. Don't ignore the little things, making your bed, drinking water, taking 5 minutes to breathe, writing down a goal. These moments aren't minor. They're the base of everything. Each one is a brick, and together, those bricks build something amazing. The Stoics didn't chase fame or recognition. They chased excellence in ordinary moments. They chased steadiness. They chased small daily goodness, and that's what made them truly great. Number 9, this day is yours, make it matter. Each morning gives you 24 fresh hours. No one can steal them from you. No one else can use them for you. They belong only to you. But here's the truth. They disappear whether you use them wisely or not. The Stoics called this memento mori, remembering that life will end, not to make you scared, but to help you live fully. Seneca once said, It's not that life is short, but that we waste most of it. Think about that. We act like we'll always have another chance, but we won't. The mornings we waste are gone forever. When you wake up, your first thought is powerful. Many people open their eyes already worrying about what went wrong yesterday or what might go wrong today. That's a trap. Instead, begin with a strong statement. Today is mine. I choose how to live it. I won't drift through it. That's not pride. It's taking charge. It's choosing not to just ride along, but to drive your own life. The instant you take ownership of your day, you regain your strength. The Stoics taught that each single day mirrors your whole life. The way you spend today is the way you shape your future. If you waste your morning, you practice wasting your life. But if you honor your day, you practice living with purpose. So when your alarm rings, don't hit snooze. Don't grab your phone. Don't scroll. Sit up. Breathe deeply. Remind yourself that this day will never return. It's not practice, it's real. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only goal worth chasing, and we reach it by ignoring what we can't control." So what's outside your control? Yesterday, tomorrow, and what other people think. What is within your control? This moment, this choice, this breath. You can't stop the rain, but you can choose whether to grumble about it or open your umbrella and keep walking. You can't decide if someone treats you badly, but you can decide if you let it steal your calm. Making your day matter doesn't mean you have to do something huge or world-changing. It means showing up on purpose. It means walking through your hours awake and aware, not drifting like a robot. It means asking yourself, am I in charge of my time, or is time in charge of me? When you start seeing each day as the precious gift it truly is, everything begins to change. You stop putting things off. You stop waiting for that perfect time that never comes. You stop living only in your head and start living right here in your real life. Today belongs to you. Don't waste it. Don't hide it away. Live it. Write it down below. I own my day. Number 10. Close the day's cycle. Many live as if each day were merely a continuation of the previous one, a line without pauses, without limits, without closure. And that is why they carry accumulated fatigue, constant anxiety, and a feeling of always being in debt to themselves. The day ends, but the mind remains open, restless, scattered. There is no closure, only postponement. But the Stoic knew that a life well lived is made up of complete cycles. Each day is a unit. Each day begins and ends. And ending the day is just as important as starting the morning well. Marcus Aurelius, at the end of his daily reflections, honestly reviewed his behavior. Not to punish himself, but to understand. Seneca meditated on how he spent his time, asking himself if he lived with presence or if he wasted hours on distractions. Epictetus taught that, to master the mind, one must review the day before sleeping. Where were you just? Where were you weak? Where were you wise? Where can you improve? Closing the cycle of the day is an act of spiritual maturity. It's recognizing that you're not living on autopilot, but building yourself with each sunrise. It's understanding that life isn't a continuous, breathless race. It's made of blocks. Each day is a chapter, and chapters only have meaning when they are completed. At the end of the day, find a few minutes of quiet. It doesn't matter if it was a brilliant day or a chaotic one. It doesn't matter if you accomplished everything or if you failed at some things. Closure is not judgment. It's observation. Sit down, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what did I do well today? What could have been done better? Where did I act virtuously? Where did I let myself be carried away by impulses? What do I deserve to let go of before I go to sleep? You don't improve by punishing yourself. You improve by observing yourself. Nighttime reflection is a clean mirror. It shows you without distortion. It invites you to learn from yourself, and then it allows you to rest. Most people don't sleep. They just switch off. They sleep with a full mind, a tense body, a restless spirit. The day wasn't over, it dragged on. Closing the cycle means return day to day. Don't carry over to tomorrow what belongs to yesterday. If there was a mistake, learn from it and let it go. If there was a conflict, process it and release it. If there was effort, acknowledge it. If there was progress, celebrate it. Yes, celebrate it. Discipline without recognition becomes harshness. Discipline with awareness becomes growth. Before going to sleep, give thanks. Not in a romantic or forced way. Give thanks because you lived, because you tried, because you learned, because you are moving forward. Gratitude is closure. It seals the chapter. It tells the body and mind, we can rest now. And true rest is powerful. It rebuilds, it rebalances. It renews strength so that when the next day arrives, you are ready to start again from a higher, more conscious, more grounded place. Completing the day's cycle is an act of honor. Honor to yourself. Honor to the time that has been given to you. Honor to the path you are walking. Write to close this chapter. I end my day with clarity, recognition, and peace. But there's something important to understand. If you've been trying for a long time to step out of your comfort zone and learn more, but haven't been able to, there might be something you're not aware of. I know what it might be: anxiety. Anxiety is like a snake that creeps up silently and affects you without you even realizing it. It leaves you feeling unwell for days, months, and even years. Living like this is like being sick all the time. But I know a solution. Stoic philosophers, along with modern psychology, have a way to help you get rid of it. I managed to cure myself of this anxiety. I made a video explaining how you can get rid of this problem, and it's in the first comment. Click the link in the first comment and start healing yourself from this feeling of anxiety. Number 11. Train the body, strengthen the mind. There is a profound connection between body and mind that many people ignore. It's not just about having muscles or looks. It's about discipline, self-control, clarity, and inner strength. Ancient philosophers knew this. The leaders who shaped empires knew this. The samurai, the monks, the soldiers, they all trained their bodies not out of vanity, but because they saw the body as the first territory you need to govern if you want to govern any other part of your life. When you wake up in the morning, your body is sluggish, heavy, seeking comfort. It wants to stay in bed. It begs for one more minute. It suggests you leave it for later. But that moment is the battlefield. It's where the mind decides who's in charge. Training the body at the start of the day is declaring who governs whom. It's choosing action instead of laziness. It's choosing effort instead of excuses. Stoicism never separated the physical from the spiritual. Epictetus was clear in stating that without bodily discipline, the mind becomes weak. Marcus Aurelius, even while governing Rome, exercised daily. He understood that the body influences the mental state. When the body is neglected, the mind loses firmness. When the body is mastered, the mind becomes light, clear, and strong. We're not talking about hours at the gym or complicated routines. We're talking about movement, about waking up the body, about showing yourself that you can do something difficult, even in the morning. It can be a simple sequence: push-ups, squats, a walk, a quick workout, stretches. What matters is not the duration, but the commitment. What matters is the message you send to yourself. I'm in charge. I choose. I move even when I don't feel like it. There's a simple phrase that can guide you. The body is the training ground for the spirit. When you exert yourself physically, you're teaching your mind to keep going when it wants to give up. When you take a deep breath in the midst of exhaustion, you're training your patience. When you complete the last repetition even while trembling, you're building courage. It's not just exercise, it's character building. The feeling after the movement isn't just physical, it's emotional. Your mind becomes clearer, your breathing more steady, your decisions more direct. Anxiety decreases, confidence increases. You feel alive, present, capable. The world seems less chaotic because you started the day proving to yourself that you can overcome discomfort and keep going. Training your body in the morning also creates a chain of better choices throughout the day. When you start with discipline, the rest follows. You eat better, you think better, you speak better. You don't give in so easily to distractions. You don't let yourself be carried away by mental laziness. You've already won the first battle, and that victory spreads. Don't wait for motivation. Motivation is weak and unpredictable. Train because it's part of who you're becoming. Train because your body is your primary tool. Train because while many start the day surrendering control to a chaotic mind, you begin by taking mastery over yourself. When morning comes, get up. Drink water, take a deep breath, move your body. Show yourself that you are present. Show that you are awake. Show that you are alive. Not because it's easy, but because it's necessary. Write to confirm your commitment. I train my body to strengthen my mind. Number 12. Silence before information. Upon waking, there is a pure, almost invisible moment where the mind is still free. No opinions have entered, no comparisons have begun, no worries have taken shape. It is a sacred moment. Yet most people waste it without realizing it. They grab their phones before their feet even touch the ground. They open messages, social media, news, problems. And in a few seconds, their minds are flooded with voices, images, urgencies, and expectations that aren't even their own. Before even living their day, they are already carrying the weight of the world. The Stoics knew that the mind is sensitive first thing in the morning. It is like a fertile field, ready to receive seeds. Everything you put into it upon waking grows throughout the hours. That is why Marcus Aurelius wrote in silence before governing Rome. That is why Epictetus taught that the first mastery should be internal. That is why Seneca warned against filling the mind with distractions and noises that weaken character. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is presence. It is space. It is clarity. It allows you to perceive how you are. It shows you your inner state without filters, without masks, without interference. It is in silence that you notice if you are anxious, calm, tired, grateful, tense. It is in silence that you find yourself. Because when the world speaks too loudly, you simply disappear within it. Before consuming any information, give yourself a few minutes. Sit down, breathe, observe. Don't try to fix anything. Don't try to plan everything at once. Just notice. That is true awakening. Not the kind where the body merely gets up, but the kind where consciousness returns to command. When you begin the day in silence, you begin the day in control. There is profound power in not reacting immediately to the world. When you pick up your phone first thing in the morning, you are putting yourself in reactive mode. You are allowing other people to decide what you will feel, think, and desire. You are surrendering your peace because you have not yet taken control of your own mind. Silence is your fortress against this invisible assault. Make a different choice. When you wake up, don't seek out the flood of stimuli. Don't open your phone. Don't rush towards the noise. Instead, remain still. Feel your body. Listen to your breath. Observe your thoughts coming and going. You don't need to follow them, just see them. Silence gives you this power to perceive before acting, to choose before reacting. Over time, you will notice something important. In silence, problems become less frightening. Fears become clear, doubts take shape, and what seemed urgent reveals itself to be irrelevant. When the mind is clear, you see what truly matters. Silence orders inner chaos. It is the beginning of wisdom. It's not about doing long meditations or complicated rituals. 3 minutes is enough. 3 minutes where you are with yourself before opening the door to the world. 3 minutes to remember who you are. Because if you don't do that, someone will tell you who to be, and you accept it without realizing it. Silence is the first act of sovereignty. It declares, my mind is mine, my thoughts are mine. My day doesn't begin in the hands of others, it begins within me. Each morning, choose to protect this moment. It's the first gift of the day. It's the key to everything else unfolding smoothly, calmly, and with direction. Don't surrender your clarity to noise. Cultivate silence as an inner guardian. Write to formalize your commitment. I choose silence over information. Number 13. Breathe to regain control. There are times when the mind races faster than life around us. Racing thoughts, worries arising from all sides, memories of the past mixed with fears about the future. The body tenses, the chest tightens, breathing becomes short. This is how many begin their day without realizing it, already on alert, already on the defensive, already tired before even getting out of bed. But there is a simple silent key always within your reach to interrupt this cycle: breathing. The Stoics understood that the body is a reflection of the mind. If the mind is agitated, the body shows it. But the opposite is also true. If you learn to guide the body, the mind follows. The Romans called breathing soul breath, the breath of life, that which connects body to spirit. Marcus Aurelius himself, in his morning reflections, would first regain control of his thoughts through his breath, before any decision or action. They knew that breath is the thread between chaos and clarity. Deep breathing isn't just calming, it's an act of command. When you breathe slowly and consciously, you're sending a signal to your nervous system: there is no threat. Everything is under control. In that instant, your heart slows down, your muscles relax, your mind stops fighting ghosts that don't even exist. What seemed big, heavy, and impossible loses its power. What seemed urgent reveals itself as mere noise. Breathing brings you back to the present. Try this simple test. When you wake up, before touching your phone, before getting out of bed, before talking to anyone, place one hand on your chest and the other on your abdomen. Inhale through your nose, counting to 4. Hold your breath for a moment, then exhale slowly, as if you were blowing out a candle that needs care. Repeat this a few times. Observe what happens. Your mind slows down, your body relaxes, the rush disappears. You are no longer being carried away by the day. You are beginning to lead it. Anxiety is often just shortness of breath. Anger is held breath. Confusion is disorganized breathing. When you breathe unconsciously, life pushes you away. When you breathe mindfully, you return to the center of your own existence. Epictetus said that it is not things that disturb us, but how we react to them. If you control your breathing, you control your reaction. If you control your reaction, you control your action. And if you control your action, you shape your own destiny. Breathing intentionally is remembering who is in control. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It doesn't matter what's to come. In this moment, there is only you, your body, and the air going in and out. It's the purest point of return. It's where you rediscover yourself. Over the next few days, whenever you feel your mind racing, stop for 10 seconds. Just 10. Take a deep breath. Observe. Don't fight what you feel. Just breathe. You'll realize you don't need to conquer the chaos. Just don't feed it. Breathing does that work for you. Write to anchor this practice: I regain control through my breathing. Number 14. Start with what is most difficult. Every morning brings choices, and some are worth more than others. There are tasks that demand attention, effort, courage. There are conversations we avoid, work we postpone, decisions we pretend don't need to be made now. And yet, it is precisely in these tasks that growth lies. What is difficult is also what strengthens us the most. The Stoics knew this profoundly. They believed that difficulty is not the enemy of life, but an instructor. Resistance is training, discomfort is opportunity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle in the path becomes the path." This phrase isn't just beautiful, it's practical. It says that what you're avoiding is exactly what you need to do, and the sooner you do it, the sooner you're free. When we leave the difficult things for the end of the day, they become a burden. They occupy space in the mind, consume emotional energy, and create silent anxiety. You end up carrying the burden before even facing it. But when you start with the difficult things, something powerful happens. The mind clears, the body aligns. You feel an inner strength growing. You become someone who acts, not someone who procrastinates. Procrastination isn't laziness, it's fear. Fear of failing, of not being good enough, of being judged, of leaving your comfort zone. And fear is invisible. It doesn't shout, it whispers, "Later, tomorrow, when I'm ready." But ready never arrives. The Stoic doesn't wait to be ready. He acts, then learns, then adjusts. He trusts that movement is greater than hesitation. When you wake up, identify the dragon of the day. It could be your most important task. It could be training. It could be a difficult conversation. It could be studying something new. It could be producing, creating, solving, facing challenges. Ask yourself, what am I trying to avoid? This is your morning mission. This is your battle. And winning it early is like clearing a path through a dense forest. The rest of the journey becomes easier. There is a simple principle that can transform your life. Do first what builds your strength, not what consumes it. Starting with what's easy weakens us. Starting with what's difficult strengthens us. Ordinary people seek comfort first and pay the price later. Strong people pay the price first and reap the rewards throughout the day. It's not about rushing. It's not about torturing yourself. It's about prioritizing what matters. 30 minutes of deep work in the morning is worth more than 3 hours of tiring effort in the afternoon. The mind is clearer. The spirit is freer. Willpower is higher. Starting with the hardest part is energetic intelligence. The modern world is constantly pushing us down the path of least resistance. But you're not here to become more fragile. You're here to build presence, discipline, clarity, and direction. Each day is a life in miniature, and how you start your morning says a lot about how you'll end your night. The next time you look at a task and feel that little nagging feeling, that urge to procrastinate, smile. That nagging feeling is your compass. It's pointing you toward where you're growing. Take a deep breath, begin. Don't negotiate with the mind that wants to make everything easy. The mind is strengthened by friction. The spirit is strengthened by action. You don't need to be motivated. You need to be committed. Right to affirm your position. I start with what's hardest and I grow stronger every day. Number 15. Eliminate what is unnecessary. There is an invisible weight that most people carry without realizing it. It's not a physical weight, but a mental one. It's too many thoughts, too many tasks, too many expectations, too many objects, too many stimuli. It's the excess that suffocates, that confuses, that tires. The human mind wasn't made to navigate constant overload. And yet, many live like this, accumulating, hoarding, prolonging, saying yes to what doesn't matter, filling the day with noise and complaining about the lack of peace. But peace isn't something you find. Peace is something you build by removing what doesn't serve you. The Stoics knew this. Marcus Aurelius kept repeating to himself, if something is not necessary, eliminate it. Simple, direct, without poetry. Excess is the enemy of clarity, and clarity is power. Without clarity, the mind gets lost. Without clarity, the soul is restless. Without clarity, focus crumbles. That's why many people's lives seem heavy, not because of what really matters, but because of what should never have been carried. Observe your morning. How many things do you do automatically? How many habits do you maintain simply because you've always done it that way? How many distractions occupy your first few minutes? Checking your phone, scrolling, reading news that doesn't change your life, responding to messages that aren't urgent, worrying about opinions that don't belong to you. All of this is dead weight. Weight that takes up space, weight that steals energy, weight that weakens you. Eliminating the unnecessary is an act of courage because it requires you to take control. It requires you to stop and ask, is this useful? Is this true? Is this essential? If the answer is no, then this is holding you back. So simple and so demanding at the same time. The modern world creates an addiction to excess, an addiction to stimulation, to novelty, to accumulation. But wisdom is the opposite. Wisdom is space. Wisdom is lightness. Wisdom is cutting away what doesn't contribute. The warrior doesn't go into battle carrying what he doesn't need. He travels light. He takes only the essentials because he knows what weighs him down slows him down. In your life, this means people who drain your energy and give back nothing but chaos. Commitments you made so as not to displease someone, objects that you keep just for the sake of keeping them, thoughts that you repeat without questioning, responsibilities that are not yours, worries that never become reality. Remove. Cut. Unload. Removal is an act of power. It's not about losing, it's about gaining space. When you eliminate the unnecessary, the necessary stands out. When you remove the noise, the truth appears. When you lower the volume of the world, you can hear your own voice. Make this a morning ritual. Before starting your day, look at your to-do list. Choose what truly matters. Cut out what doesn't contribute. Do less, be more present. This doesn't diminish your productivity. On the contrary, it amplifies it. Simplicity is a power amplifier. Life doesn't organize itself by adding more. It organizes itself by removing excess. The mind doesn't find peace by accumulating ideas. It finds peace by emptying what doesn't belong to it. You don't become strong by carrying everything. You become strong by carrying only what is essential. And remember, those who try to do everything do nothing well. Those who try to please everyone lose themselves. Those who try to hold everything collapse under the weight. Excellence is born from choice, from renunciation, from focus. Write now to anchor your decision. I let go of what is unnecessary and walk a lighter path. Number 16, feed your mind with purpose. The mind is a fertile ground. Everything you put into it grows. Ideas, fears, hopes, doubts, inspirations. The problem is that many people feed their minds without realizing what they are serving them. Right after waking up, they consume news that provokes fear, empty conversations that distract, superficial content that steals focus, images that awaken comparison and insecurity. It's like feeding the spirit with garbage and then wondering why the mind feels heavy, anxious, tired, or confused. The Stoics understood that the mind must be cultivated with intention. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself every morning because he knew that, without guidance, the mind wanders in any direction. Seneca said that the quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our lives. Epictetus reminded us that no one can force us to think something we don't accept, but we must be mindful of what we allow to enter our minds. Your mind is shaped by what you consume. Just as the body weakens when fed with excess and disorder, the mind loses strength when fed with random and meaningless stimuli. When you start your day listening to external voices before listening to your own, you surrender your autonomy before even living an hour of the day. Therefore, feeding the mind with purpose is an act of self-direction. It's you saying, I choose what I think. I choose what I feel. I choose what enters my mind. What does it mean in practice to nourish your mind correctly in the morning? It means choosing something that uplifts your spirit, strengthens your inner self, and reminds you of who you are becoming. It could be a page from a book that inspires courage. It could be a passage of philosophy that brings clarity. It could be a prayer, a reflective text, or a journal entry where you write your own words. What matters is not the form, but the intention. The intention to strengthen yourself before facing the world. Even a few minutes make a difference. Reading 2 pages attentively is worth more than consuming an hour of random information. A true sentence can change how you see your day. A profound idea can reorganize your focus. A reminder of your values can prevent you from being swept away by chaos. Think about it. When you place something elevated in your mind in the morning, you create a foundation of firmness. You remember who you are. You remember what matters. You remember that you are not here to live scattered. You are here to live awake. When you begin the day nurturing your awareness, you build a shield against the noise. The chaos out there continues to exist, but it doesn't invade. The Stoics called this daily spiritual practice. It wasn't religion, it was preparation. They understood that a mind without direction becomes prey to unstable emotions. But a mind nourished with intention is a mind that can choose. And the ability to choose is what defines true freedom. The question is, what are you allowing to grow within yourself? Are you nurturing strength or fragility, clarity or confusion, purpose or distraction? Don't expect life to organize you. It won't. Don't expect the world to take care of your mind. It won't. That responsibility is yours. Every morning is a chance to solidify who you are becoming. Start by choosing the right nourishment for your ideas. Start by choosing words that build up. Start by choosing thoughts that uplift. Write to make that commitment a reality. I feed my mind with purpose every day. Number 17. Take care of your morning speech. The first words you say when you wake up aren't just simple phrases. They are direction. They are atmosphere. They are internal commands. How you talk to yourself in the morning can strengthen or weaken your mind even before the day begins. Many people open their eyes already saying, without even realizing it, I'm tired, today is going to be difficult, I don't want to do anything, I don't have the strength. These words seem small, but they shape the state of the body and mind. They are like seeds sown in the fertile soil that is the beginning of the day. What you plant there grows. The Stoics knew the power of inner dialogue. Marcus Aurelius wrote for himself, not for the world. He recorded messages he himself needed to remember: patience, firmness, simplicity, courage. Seneca warned against the danger of exaggerated, negative, reactive speech. For him, speech reveals character, but also shapes character. What you repeat becomes your mental posture. What you affirm becomes your lens on life. Epictetus said something even more direct. No person is free if they do not govern their own mind. And governing the mind begins by governing the word. When you speak, even just internally, your body responds. Your breathing changes, your posture changes, your internal rhythm changes. If you start the day complaining, you surrender your first hours to exhaustion. If you start in a hurry, you surrender to lack of control. If you start with discouragement, you surrender to stagnation. But if you start with intention, something changes on a subtle level. It's not about empty positivity. It's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about firmness, about direction, about reminding yourself of the path you chose to follow. Upon waking, pay attention to your first words. If you notice they are heavy, don't feed them. Breathe and change them. Instead of, "I don't want to get up," say, "I choose to get up." Instead of, "Today is going to be difficult," say, "I am capable of overcoming whatever comes." Instead of, "I can't," say, "I learn as I go." What matters is not sounding nice. It's being true. It's asserting your presence. It's not surrendering your mind to passivity. Morning speech also involves how you interact with the world in the first few minutes. Many people start the day complaining about the weather, work, obligations, and other people. Without realizing it, they are training their spirit to see everything as a burden. The mind learns through internal example. When you complain, you reinforce that you are living against your own life. But when you speak calmly with presence and intention, you reinforce that you are in control, that you are awake, that you are alive. Create a small ritual. Nothing long, nothing complicated. When you get up, before picking up your phone, before opening the door to the world, say a phrase that represents who you are becoming. It could be something like, "I control my day. I act calmly and firmly. I do what needs to be done. I don't run away from myself. I live this day with purpose." There's no need to shout. There's no need to get worked up. Just be sincere. Sincerity transforms words into power. The truth is simple. The world will try to distract you. Circumstances will try to pull you off balance. But if your morning speech is conscious, firm, and clear, you start the day with a direction the world can't steal. You hold the balance in the center, not on the surface. You anchor yourself to yourself. He who takes care of his speech in the morning takes care of his mind. He who takes care of his mind takes care of his destiny. Write it down now to reinforce it. I choose my words and direct my mind toward awakening. Number 18, plan in small goals. When we think about changing our lives, we often imagine grand gestures, enormous dreams, complete transformations, impressive results. However, what many forget is that the extraordinary is always built from the simple. Nothing great is born great. Everything that impresses began as something small, humble and repetitive. This is where most fail, not for lack of vision, but for lack of a clear path. They dream big, but try to execute everything at once and give up. The Stoics knew that true discipline does not live in excess, but in constancy. Marcus Aurelius wrote that we should do what is before us clearly and without distraction. This means focusing on the immediate step, not the mountaintop. Seneca warned that he who is everywhere is nowhere. When we try to embrace everything, we accomplish nothing. Epictetus taught that excellence is formed from small acts, repeated daily. These three views converge on a simple principle: divide the day into small victories. When you wake up, don't try to conquer the world, conquer the next hour. Don't try to solve your entire life. Solve what's within your reach right now. Ask yourself every morning, what is the smallest meaningful thing I can do today that will bring me closer to what I want to build? It's not about doing less. It's about doing what's right, doing what's essential, doing what motivates you, not just what takes up time. Small goals are powerful because they have three effects. They reduce mental resistance. When the goal is too big, the mind gets scared. It creates excuses, postponements, distractions. Small goals seem achievable, and the body moves. They generate quick victories. Each small completed task sends a message to your brain, I can. This accumulated confidence becomes real mental strength. They create rhythm. Discipline is not a one-time, enormous effort. It's constant movement. It's step by step. It's continuity. A small goal can be simple. Read 5 pages, write for 10 minutes, train for 15 minutes, to study a concept, tidy up the space around you. None of these actions is great on its own, but together, repeated daily, they build something solid. It's like laying bricks. A brick is just a piece of molded clay, but with patience, attention, and rhythm, you erect an unshakable wall. Consider this alternative. How many times have you thought, today I'm going to change everything, and at the end of the day, nothing changed? Because the intention was too big for the moment. Small goals don't diminish your ambition. They protect their ambition. They keep the movement alive. They prevent their dream from dying under the weight of its own grandeur. This doesn't mean thinking small. It means building big the right way. The top of the stairs is reached by the first step, by the second climb, by the third, not by the fantasy of jumping straight to the top. Every day upon waking, write down your goals on 3 levels. The most important, what truly defines your progress. The secondary, what sustains the rhythm. The minimum required, that which, even on a difficult day, you will do without fail. This third goal is your anchor. It prevents you from going back to square one. Even on bad days, you move forward 1 millimeter, and that millimeter is what keeps your discipline alive. It's not about rushing. It's about direction. It's not about momentary intensity. It's about permanence. It's not about doing a lot. It's about doing it every day. In the end, small goals build great lives. And those who understand this don't need to prove anything to anyone. They simply do it. Write to confirm your choice. I move forward every day, 1 step at a time. Number 19. Honor the rhythm, not the rush. We live in a time when everything seems urgent. People want quick results, instant transformations, visible changes overnight. There's a collective anxiety that says, you're late, go faster, do more, run. And without realizing it, many start the day competing with a clock that never stops, trying to keep up with a pace that wasn't made for humans. Haste is an illusion created by comparison. But real life, the life that grows from within, has a different time. A quieter time, a firmer time, a deeper time. The Stoics knew how to differentiate between movement and agitation. Marcus Aurelius said to act with purpose, not with anxiety. Seneca reminded us that he who is always in a hurry never gets anywhere, because haste steals presence. Epictetus taught that true results happen when you remain constant, not when you try to accelerate what is still being formed within you. Haste is the desire to arrive without having lived the journey. It's the will to harvest without planting. It's the attempt to appear strong without having become strong. And this always comes at a price. When you try to rush growth, you break yourself. When you try to rush learning, you repeat the mistake. When you try to rush transformation, you create superficial changes, which disappear at the first challenge. Honoring rhythm means understanding that everything has its time. A seed needs time to sprout. Water needs time to boil. The sunrise needs time to light up the sky. And you are no different. Your process requires patience. Not passive patience, but active patience. The kind that acts every day without stopping, but without despair. The kind that works hard, but without destroying itself. The kind that knows that consistency builds what haste only promises. Observe the mornings. When you start your day rushing, everything becomes a race. When you start slowly, mindfully, present, you become the master of time. Haste makes time control you. Rhythm makes you control it. Honoring your own rhythm isn't about doing little. It's about doing enough and doing it with true intensity. It's about being fully present in every step. It's not about moving fast, but moving deep. Because when something grows deep, it isn't uprooted by any wind. Rhythm is not slowness. Rhythm is cadence. It's knowing when to accelerate and when to breathe, when to act and when to observe, when to speak and when to listen. A warrior doesn't fight all the time. He fights when necessary. A musician doesn't play all the notes at once. He plays at the right time. An athlete doesn't train indefinitely. He trains in cycles. Strength lies in rhythm, not in excess. A dispersed press or concentrated rhythm. Haste exhausts. Rhythm sustains. Haste creates anxiety. Rhythm creates presence. Haste wants the end. Rhythm reveals the way. And the journey is where you become who you are. When you wake up tomorrow, don't start the day rushing to keep up with the world. Start by listening to yourself. Breathe. Establish your center. Decide what matters. Walk with intention. And then, move. Not to be fast, but to be real. Tell yourself, I'm not racing against anyone. I'm not behind schedule. I'm building something solid, something that lasts. And everything that truly grows, grows in its own time. Write to confirm your position. I move forward at my own pace. Steady, steady, and present. Number 10. You decide your day. Here's the biggest truth the Stoics wanted us to understand. No one else will save your day. No one else will make it meaningful. No one else will decide how you think, how you feel, or what you do. That's completely on you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You need very little to live a happy life. It's all within yourself in how you think." Happiness isn't hiding in your surroundings. It's not in what happens to you. It's in how you respond, in what you choose, and in how you see the world. Every single morning you stand at a crossroad. One road leads to reacting, where the world decides how you feel, how you act, and where you go. The other road leads to purpose, where you choose who you'll be, no matter what happens around you. The Stoics followed a clear truth. You control your inner world, and that's enough. You can't change the weather. You can't change the traffic. You can't change what other people say or do, but you can choose how you meet it all. And that choice, that's your real power. When you wake up, you're not stepping into a day that's already planned. You're standing in front of a blank page, and you're the one holding the pen. Yes, challenges will come. Yes, unexpected things will happen. But none of that decides how your day goes. You do. You choose if you'll stay focused or get distracted. You choose if you'll be thankful or resentful. You choose if you'll move forward or stay stuck. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. And that reaction, it's always in your hands." This isn't about pretending everything's great when it's not. It's about owning your life. It's about refusing to see yourself as a helpless victim. The Stoics faced terrible things, wars, betrayal, sickness, loss, yet they still chose to respond with courage, calm, and wisdom. They didn't ask, "Why me?" They asked, "What can I do with this?" That change in attitude, from feeling powerless to taking charge, transforms everything. It changes your emotions, it changes your actions, it changes who you become. So each morning, remind yourself, I decide. I choose how I begin. I choose what I think about. I choose where my energy goes. I choose whether today will be wasted or lived fully. No one can take that away from you. Not your boss, not your problems, not your past. You are the writer of your story. You are the pilot of your mind. And when you truly take that power back, when you stop waiting for life's permission and start giving yourself permission, everything shifts. You stop floating through your days and start steering them. That's when you become unstoppable. Say it proudly. I am the author of my day. So here we are, 10 ways to train your mind every morning, using the timeless lessons of Stoicism. But here's the truth. Just knowing this isn't enough. Reading it changes nothing. What matters is what you do when tomorrow morning arrives. It's about whether you actually practice these ideas, whether you take charge of your thoughts, let go of yesterday, act right away instead of waiting, and begin strong so you can end stronger. The Stoics didn't write their teachings to sound clever. They wrote them to survive, to live with meaning in a world just as messy and uncertain as ours. And they did it the same way you can. One morning at a time, one decision at a time, one act of discipline at a time. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Stop wasting time debating what a good person should be. Be one. That begins tomorrow." It begins the moment you open your eyes and decide that this day will not be like the last, because you will not be the same. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be aware. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start with intention. You just have to show up. Because every morning that you choose focus instead of distraction, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. And those little votes build up over time. They turn into habits. Habits shape your character, and your character shapes your future. So ask yourself right now, who will you be when the sun rises tomorrow? Will you press the snooze button and give your power away? Or will you get up, take control, and start creating the life you know you're meant to live? The Stoics taught that philosophy isn't something you only read about, it's something you do. And each new morning gives you a chance to live it, to prove it, to become it. So take what you've learned here, use it, practice it, make it part of you. Remember this, you are not your problems, you are not your past, and you are not your worst moments. You are someone who can achieve amazing things, and that power begins when you train your mind every single morning. Before you go, do one thing for me, hit that like button. Write in the comments one of today's affirmations. Share this with someone who needs to hear these words, and subscribe, because this is only the beginning. We're building a community of people who don't give up, who don't drift through life, who choose strength, purpose, and discipline every single day. I'll see you next time. Now go. Wake up tomorrow and take charge of your day. Lock in your promise with this final affirmation. Every morning I rise with discipline.